Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Shelby Travers.
Blindness is pretty interesting for the sighted community, or sighties as we like to call them. We live in such a visual world that the concept of not being able to see is confusing and sometimes impossible for them to understand. I mean, people with sight have the ability to look at someone and make a snap judgment based on how they look and therefore how to identify them. But is that always the right thing to do? I mean, most of the time, these snap judgments are purely based on stereotypes, which I think anyone in any sort of minority group can see as a bit of a problem. For us blind folk, those stereotypes are based on our appearance. I mean, how many of us have heard before that we don't look blind or are too pretty to be blind? So, of course, being the curious person that I am, I'm going to go out and ask people to make snap judgments based on my appearance and see if they can guess what my disability is. First, I'm going to start out with Francis, my guide dog, by my side, and then transition to using a white cane, and then having no visual cue to what my disability is at all. Because, frankly, my appearance never changes, it's just what I'm holding. So, it's time to go out and see how strong my self-esteem actually is. So if you were to just take a glance at me right here, what would you guess my disability was?
Hearing.
Hearing. Okay, so how did you get to hearing?
Because you're in the business of using equipment that may be required to enhance your hearing.
Okay.
Right now?
Yeah.
None.
None?
You look pretty average.
Pretty average?
Because you have the dog with you, I would assume it was a visual impairment.
What about visually, like what a blind person looks like? Because I hear all the time that I don't look blind, so I don't really know what that means.
Stereotypically?
Yeah.
Meaning glasses, cane, dog.
So what about the dog right there?
That's not, but I wasn't looking down. See, I didn't look down.
Okay, so now that you've seen the dog and taken her in and everything, what would now be your second guess?
I don't know, I think it would for seizures, actually. Not gonna lie.
Seizures,
Yeah.
okay. So what if I told you that I'm actually blind?
Really?
Yeah.
No, you would not know.
So now let's see what people think when I have a cane. What disability would you think I had?
That you can't see. Blindness.
How did you figure that out?
The stick.
I would say you're blind, or maybe that's not the right word. Okay.
Well, I don't tend to overthink these things, to be
Okay.
honest.
My first thought of you was you're a pretty good-looking woman. So I didn't notice the cane first.
Yeah.
I noticed pretty eyes and blonde hair.
So do you think that blind people can have pretty eyes and blonde hair?
Absolutely.
Blindness.
Okay, how did you figure that out?
Because of you have something in your hand.
So it's the white cane.
It's the cane.
So this basically confirms that you are not blind because you figured that out.
Yes.
So can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Are you blind?
Yeah, yeah.
Like 100%?
No, I have left peripheral sight, so I can see those guys, but I can't see you when I look at you.
Oh, you can't see me, but you can see them.
Yeah. I know it's too bad, right?
Yeah.
You still seem a little bit shocked that I am
Yeah, I'm
blind.
super surprised.
So why are you surprised? You just said that there's no stereotypes.
Well, maybe because you don't have the glasses. Maybe I'm buying into the stereotypes. I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of surprised. Yeah.
I'm here to blow your mind.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job of it. Yeah.
Thank you. So last question, yeah. What do you think about my makeup?
It's on point. You look great.
Thank you.
I'm happy I'm not blind.
So no cane, no guide dog. So no visual cues as to what my disability may be. Let's see how people react to this.
I have no idea.
I know, it's a really hard thing. I'm not giving you any hints.
I think you have potentially a lazy eye.
What type of disability has to do with eyes?
I'm not sure, potentially Tourette's or...
Not blindness, eh?
No, I did not know that you had any sort of visual impairment.
So if I have a guide dog, then what disability do you think that is?
Yeah, blind, I guess.
There
or
you go.
not very perceptive, I guess.
How would you know someone was blind just by looking at them?
They would not be keeping eye contact as directly as usual.
So what do you think are some stereotypes maybe you've seen in movies or just that media has taught you over your lifetime about blindness?
From what I've seen in the media, people who are blind, they don't look like well-dressed.
And maybe a missed button here and there or things like that.
Now I'm checking to make sure all my buttons in my dress are done up.
Maybe because they assume that it's harder maybe in the morning to get ready because you can't see in the mirror, things like that. maybe that sounds silly, but
So what do you think sighted people's excuse is for when they don't look nice? Okay, so that was pretty fun, and my self-esteem wasn't completely destroyed. In fact, with a couple people, it was boosted. Turns out that we've discovered that a blind person looks like someone who is poorly dressed, has bad eye contact, and wears dark sunglasses. How they know that someone has bad eye contact and wears dark sunglasses, that's for another time of discovery. But for now, I'd say my curiosity is satisfied.